essential peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.
Alrighty, Ramsey show ending.
Hey, it's Rachel Cruz. If you like what you heard in this episode and want to know more about getting started on the Ramsey baby steps, go to RamseySolutions.com and click the Get Started button. We'll help you figure out the best next step for you based on your specific situation. That's RamseySolutions.com and click Get Started. For you based on.
All right, we do have sound. Cool. Just wait a few minutes, see if anybody drops by. They might. After show is not, let's see, when was the last after show that I did? Can't do it that often. August 6th. I do a show weekly on Saturday nights, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, called Ramsey Coach Steve Money. It's basically the same thing, but I don't sing with music on this one. I will belt out a little bit of a song every so often, if I'm reminded of one. All right, and another disclaimer, this may be a little disjointed. I have a new setup for the after show, and we'll see how it works. I have basically all the stuff that you're going to see on this screen right in front of me, what you're looking at, and then I have all the behind the scenes stuff on the other screen, which I'm looking at when I turn this way. Alrighty. Well, today's Ramsey show, hosted by Dave Ramsey, of course, and his co-host is his daughter, Rachel Cruz. And we have a song for her. Sing along. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, for good advice that she learned in her youth. Talks about friends, well, she shows us how to be millionaires. Know yourself, know your money, love your life, not theirs. Guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Winston, mentioning conspiracies. I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Target, mentioning Teslas. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. And I guess that's why we all love Rachel Cruz. Alrighty, and now the debut. And I may have to do this twice. I do have a recorded version I did, so I can upload that to the music playlist if this doesn't work well, but I may have to do it twice. It's a lot of words and sung very, very fast. All right. Oh, yes. And I've been trying to get somebody to sing the original Baby Step song that's in the playlist. I've been trying to get somebody to sing that, forever to send me a recording of them singing it, and nobody will. This definitely needs to be sung by a female or a higher voiced male. It's not going to sound quite right by me, so let's give it a shot here. A little bit of water first. How about it? All right, and this song, I did not know this song existed, I think, until about 6 months ago. And I heard it, and I thought, oh, it's a new song, okay. And I thought, oh, that sounds like Dua Lipa. But then I thought, now the way the rhyme scheme goes, and the fast singing, and the rhyme scheme, the way it was, I thought, well, that sounds a lot like an Ed Sheeran song. Maybe Ed Sheeran wrote that, but he did not. So she wrote it with other people. But yeah, so apparently this came out 2 years ago. So that's right. I'm the old guy. I don't know the new song. So, but I heard it one day, and I'm levitating. I'm baby stepping. So it just went together, and so that's how I come up with these songs, because I'm listening to the original version of it, and then all of a sudden I think of something baby steps that rhymes with it. In this case, baby stepping itself. All right, enough. Need Bruce Springsteen to play, slow acoustic while I explain the story of the song. All right, so yes, definitely, if you're female or if you can sing higher than me, definitely record yourself singing this. And you can email me, coachdmoney@gmail.com, and I can send you the lyric sheet, and I can send you the music that I use, and we can do that, and I definitely will play it. I'd love to hear somebody else to sing any of these songs. It'd be great. All right, without further ado, the debut of the new Baby Step song called Baby Stepping. If you want to fix your finances, I know a guy can help you get debt free. If you didn't know he has a show, and let me tell you, the advice is really great for you and me. Step 1, start emergency fund, then it's time to pay off your debt. That's step 2, that you're beginning small, as large as you'll be winning, ain't seen nothing yet. You and me, did fine, we're reppin'. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fun, pay off debt, full fun, invest, kid college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. Then you'll be in step 3, saving for emergencies, and that's financial peace. 3 to 6 months of expenses, you remain gazelle intensive, and there's less urgency. Step 4, investing in retirement, needs addressing, saving kids a college gift. Before you know, your step 6 residence, then give. You and me, did fine, we're reppin'. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fun, pay off debt, full fun, invest, kid college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. If you pay cash instead of leave, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. If you pay cash instead of lease, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. A name for every dollar, that's intention. What up, Maddie Bags? Hashtag mention. Do the step, let's go of apprehension. I said a name for every dollar, that's intention. What up, Maddie Bags? Hashtag mention. Do the steps, let go of apprehension. You and me, did fun, we're reppin'. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way we're baby stepping. You, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. If you put cash instead of leave, you can watch your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. Little pitchy dog. If you put cash instead of leave, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fun, pay off debt, full fun, invest, kid college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. Come on. All right. Let me give that one more shot, please. I give that one more shot. You guys can sing along. Now that you know how it goes, you can sing along. Let's give it one more shot so I can get a nice one for the YouTube's playlist. If you want to fix your finances, I know a guy can help you get debt free. If you didn't know he has a show, and let me tell you, the advice is really great for you and me. Step 1, start emergency fund, then it's time to pay off your debt. That's step 2, that you're beginning small, as large as you'll be winning, you ain't seen nothing yet. You and me, dig fun, we're repping. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fun, pay off debt, full fun, invest, kid college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. Then you'll be in step 3, saving for emergencies, and that's financial peace. 3 to 6 months of expenses, you remain gazelle intensive, then there's less urgency. Step 4, investing retirement needs addressing, save your kids a college gift. Before you know, your step 6, paying off your residence. Step 7, build wealth and give. You and me, dig fun and repping. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fun, pay off debt, full fund, invest, kid college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. If you pay cash instead of lease, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. If you pay cash instead of lease, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. I've got a name for every dollar that's intention. What up, Matty Bags? Hashtag mention. Do the steps, let go of apprehension. I said a name for every dollar that's intention. What up, Matty Bags? Hashtag mention. Do the steps, let go of apprehension. You and me, dig fun and reppin'. Hey, look at us, we're baby stepping. This is the way, we're baby stepping. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. If you pay cash instead of leave, you can see yourself increase. If you get financial peace. If you pay cash instead of leave, you can see your wealth increase. You can have financial peace. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. We're baby stepping. 1,000 fun, pay off debt, full fun, invest, get college, pay off house, build wealth. We're baby stepping. All right. That one will work probably. Whew. Okay. Brand new baby step song here on the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And here's where I normally go. Do 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 do. Geronimo, live from Cabot, Arkansas. It's the Ramsey Show After Show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free, one moment, let's do that. Free consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. That's CALENDLY. The link is in the video description as well. You can email me about anything, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that would be paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Add me on the gram at Coach Steve Money. And of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. What up, Ellie? What up, Terrence? All right. So again, if you guys know any singers that you think might like to do this, point them my way here. Alright, and I won't do like I did previously on the after show. On my first one back after a long time, I left that graphic up covering the whole thing for most of the show, and that was my bad. I'm trying to do all the behind the scenes production myself. Let's see, it was time for it now. Market report. Cried, I wasn't ready. My bad. Let's try it again. Market report. Got a down day in market today. Nothing explaining why here. We'll see. Probably just continued upsetness about the inflation and banks being downgraded and such. Let's see. Fitch warns it may be forced to downgrade dozens of banks, including JP Morgan Chase. Russia hikes interest rates to 12% as the ruble fails. Thought it was RU. Maybe that's just our way of spelling it. Maybe this is their way of spelling it. I see on here on this Google Finance page, Yahoo Finance is basically letting Dave do their content because they've been posting him quite a bit recently. So you screwed yourself. Dave Ramsey gets candid with a caller who cashed out our 403B to buy a home. Here's what went wrong. Maybe didn't buy the whole thing, or the house, we bought too much house, or it needed things to be fixed or something like that. Stocks open lower amid China woes while U.S. consumer stays healthy. Okay. X shuts down 100 million promoted accounts ad biz. I wonder why they would do that. Must not have been making any money, or Elon said we ain't doing that no more. Home Depot beats earnings estimates, but sales slide as consumers pull back on big ticket buys. If they beat the earnings estimate, I guess the sales can still go down and they still beat the lower estimates. And so Home Depot stock went up today. Most bosses regret how they mandated workers return to the office. They blamed it on not having enough data. Well, you probably didn't think that they would not come back to work at all in that case. Or just refuse to, and you're letting them still work there, which that's on the boss there. Let's see, most followed single stocks on the Google. The most down would be, looks like the Tesla at 2.84%. The least down, Apple? No, Microsoft, 0.76% down. I don't know what Palo Alto Networks is. I do know what NVIDIA is, video card manufacturer. And they are reporting on the 18th and 23rd. Specifically, also the 23rd, that will be the next after show, and that is next Wednesday. So I am off that day because I'm working Saturday. So that is, like I said, it's a Wednesday, and so there will be another after show that day, and hopefully I'll be more prepared for it. I'll learn from today's mistakes. Let's see, did we want to do anything else? I mean, I guess we could look, with a down day, you always like to take a look at the max and see the Pandy crash right there. Let's look at 5 years. The Pandy crash right there and how low it went, but then it went up to a new high, and then trying to get back near there, almost back near there, now back down a little bit, but is well ahead of schedule of the 5 years it takes to get to a new high. So, and that, because that new high would have to happen by December 31st, New Year's Eve. And 2026 is when that would be. And so we're almost back there ahead of schedule. So no need to fret. History is still on the side. There is a little blurb right there that normally says like something about the market. Check futures. Futures up on everything, just a little, but still 0.00 in the case of the Dow, 0.022 and 0.086 for the NASDAQ. Let's see what the currencies are looking like. Everything down in Europe, everything, mostly down. No, mostly up in Asia, so that's good. See, the euro up on the US dollar up on the Japanese yen, the British pound low up on the US dollar up on the Canadian dollar. Check that out. And the US dollar up on the Australian dollarmite. All right. Oh, I forgot to go back to that. There we go. Okay, nobody put any chat in there. Ellie, I think, is going to ask a question. Back in baby step 2, so we have that going on. So basically the Ramsey stuff, and this is what I do in the Saturday night podcast live stream. They're live streams, and normally go about 2 hours at least. I've done like 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours before, but from here on out, this is what I do on that show, and that is to tell you about the baby steps. This is the foundation basically of the Ramsey advice. Step 1, save $1,000, start an emergency fund. I just sang about them. Step 2, pay off all debt except the house using debt snowball. That means smallest to largest. Step 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Now you do step 1, 2, and 3 in order separately. So you do that one first, then that one, then that one. Now step 4, 5, and 6, you do those all at the same time. Step 4, invest 15% of your household income into retirement. That's your gross household income. Step 5, if you have kids and if you want to help them, if both of those things are true, step 5 applies to you. You can save for your kids' college fund. You only has to be a little bit a month. You just have to make sure you have enough by the time they are 18. The amount that you want to have by the number of months that they are 18, that's how much you should save per month. And you can factor in if you're investing it, like in a ESA or something like that. You can factor that in as well. And step 6, pay off home early, and you do that before you invest more than 15%, because otherwise that is debt leveraging. So that's like taking out a HELOC. If you got a paid off house, taking out a HELOC to invest the money. And then step 7, build wealth and give. Missing baby steps, a video will be forthcoming when I learn how to make videos that aren't just me talking in front of a webpage. Baby step 3B, save for down payment, and baby step 0, which includes many things, including the 4 walls, shelter, food, clothing, transportation, and my pal Sid likes to add internet to that. I don't have a problem with that since that's how you do a lot of stuff these days. What else? Get insurances together, get current on bills. There's a couple other things in there as well that I'm blanking on at the moment. But this is basically, this can answer almost any Ramsey question. There's some things that like get into the weeds and stuff, and that we only know because we've heard him say it before. But like, is it part of the baby steps? But most of the problem when people have questions is that they're too close to their own situation and they can't think about as far as putting their own situation in terms of the baby steps. Whereas if it wasn't happening to them, they could just apply it. They could just look at the baby steps and see. But then it's like, well, I can't tell because it's me. So, or maybe you don't like where you think it puts you. Like if you have any debt at all, other than a house, if you have any debt at all other than on a house, you're in baby step 2. And you might not like that since it's a low baby step. But that's the way it goes. Let's see. Nicole, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Yep. Nicole, yeah, you can run that back later. Or even now, you can roll the cursor back and go back to the beginning of the stream, I believe. No, actually, I think you have to be on the stream in order to do that. I don't know. You can give it a shot and see. But I will be posting the clip of the second version, which was a lot better. Not perfect, but... And if you're a singer, Nicole, you could sing it. I've been waiting forever for somebody to sing the first Baby Step song. But no takers on that in about 2 years. But maybe some finely voiced female or a high voiced male will send me them doing the baby stepping song. Okay, so with that in mind, the baby steps are what we're going to use to answer most of these questions. I'll refer back to them. Next time, excuse me, a little agua before we start. We sort by new, reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. I do this since I don't have people calling in. So, baby step 5 flare, the poster, the person that posts, the OP, original poster, picks their flare. And this flare is baby step 5. So that would be... I guess they're not paying extra on the house or don't have a house maybe, but they are investing, and if they're doing it right, they're investing in addressing kids' college. So, see, credit score manual underwriting in Utah. I think they do it in every state. Credit score decline drastically. That will happen if you follow the baby steps because you're not interacting with banks anymore. Granted, if you have a mortgage, you will continue interacting with banks or a bank until that is paid off. Let's see. This is due to zero debt, zero revolving credit, right? All credit cards been closed. Scores drop drastically. If this person has a paid for house, he's actually in step 7 then. Have $200K to put for a down payment on a house. Okay. Oh, I guess they don't have one. Okay, that's why. So her current household income is $210K a year, and 210 according to my pal Sid's formula, that would put them at what, 240 and 105. That would be a $345,000 house that they could afford under Dave's guidelines. Who is the best manual underwriter in Utah? I do not know. We have a friend in the Ramsey Show chat that lives in Utah, but I don't know if she knows any manual underwriters. Keep looking, you'll find them. This from Jermal MW. Nicole did go back to the song. Did not say she liked it though. So there's that. Pre-tax Roth after-tax investment advice needed. I did it twice, by the way. So if you only heard the first one, I did it twice in a row because I messed up a few times. Only messed up one time badly on the second try, so I think I'll post that one. Cut and make that a clip. Pre-tax Roth and after-tax investment. Hey everyone, been a long time fan of Dave, but haven't had any luck getting a call into the show. That does happen. It is like, I think the number 2 or 3 radio show in America. High on podcasts as well. Can't remember, 11 or something, or in the teens. I can't remember. I figured you all could be just as likely to give great advice, and that's why I'm here. 29,500 approximately is what I think is what the tilde means there. I just started a new job that pays 55.6 gross, 1070 weekly, okay, with mandatory overtime. Excellent. Work it. That's how you pay stuff off, by working more. Work more, spend less. Bonus fluctuates 60 to 80 depending on how I do my job. Okay. Do your job very well, and then monthly bills come out to be about 1950 due to debt, blah, blah, blah. Company offers a 7% match. Well, if you have any debt, you're not investing yet. I don't have any plan to invest. Good job. My bad for doubting you, sir. Or madam. Doesn't say. But could someone break down in a simple way what should I do? Should I allocate into all 3? Oh, what do we got here? Pre-tax Roth, after-tax investment advice needed. So, doesn't say how old you are either. Unless you're very old and won't have a lot of time in the market, then you should do Roth. It's it's match first, wherever the match is. So like if your employer doesn't offer a Roth 401k, offers just a regular 401k, doesn't say Roth in front of it, but maybe ask if they have a Roth, then you can just max that out if that's your 15% once you get to step 4. So the 7% match, separated on the website with pre-tax Roth or post-tax. Oh, so you can say which one it is. So yeah, I would just put it all in the Roth then, assuming that you have at least 10 years in the market. So if you have more than that, even better. And the reason for that is that the contributions will be way less than the growth. So it's better to pay the tax on it now than pay the tax on it later. And yes, I am aware, and Dave's aware as well, that you do not take it all out at one time. You take out what you need at retirement and let the rest keep generating retirement money for you. Yes, but still, all of that is tax-free. So if you end up needing it all of that's tax-free. So that is how that works. So it would just be, shouldn't choose the company's easy option probably to invest in what they give you. Should not probably do that. Choose options yourself. Yeah, research, make sure they're good funds. Yeah, because you don't want to be in crap funds, because that's not going to help you. Thanks to anybody who gives me a hand. Look forward to being debt-free and having some financial freedom with investments rolling away. Well, that's excellent. Excellent. You're definitely doing it right. Not only, to refer back to the baby steps, not only do you have to pay off all your non-mortgage debt, you also have to save your full emergency fund as well, which is 3 to 6. The amount of months is up to you, and the amount of what your monthly expenses are is also up to you. Nobody knows those two numbers, what you want to do, how many months you want to do, and how much your expenses are. So that's why nobody knows what your emergency fund should be. So you don't compare yourself to anybody else on that, because yours may be different. Little yellow different. Oh, Bum, bum, bum. They are doing Biscuit Talk. It's Biscuit Talk here on the After Show. Boom, boom, boom. This from G_Pal. Notes from Get Up Off Your Assets and Go to Work from the Ramsey Show. What does that mean? Notes courtesy of... They send a daily summary of new Ramsey Show episodes. Okay. Is there... Oh. Interesting. Okay. If that's a free service, that's great that they do that. That way, it's like people don't have time to watch the show. Pretty cool. That's not all of it. Maybe this is just an example. Or they just pick some. Maybe they just pick some calls. Mega Blastoise 1000. This person I've seen post before on here. The What Would Dave Do Flare. So a lot of these people. What do you mean these people? A lot of these people put the What Would Dave Do Flare on it, and then they say they're looking for other opinions other than Dave's. But I just give the Dave answer. And then managing my money well, 23 years old, just a baby. Graduated debt-free last year, started a corporate job, earning $90K a year, still trying to figure out how to best manage this income. 20% into a 401k, maximum IRA. Well, are you doing the, let's see, 4K in checking, 10K in emergency fund? Okay. All right. Usually invest 1,000 into index funds and individual account. I guess that's not a retirement account. And spend the remaining on expenses and fun. Live at home with parents, so expenses are pretty low, I would imagine. My goal is to buy a house one day and save it. And my management money, mainly my cash well. Is there a better way of optimizing my savings? Should I invest more? Open to any advice. If you're on step 4 already, you got that emergency fund. So the thing is, if you don't have any debt, is the whole thing to this. And so actually, if you want to buy a house and you are trying to work to that end right now instead of starting later, if you're working to that right now, you're actually in baby step 3B, which is saving for a house. And that would be one of the missing ones, and that is right there in between 3 and 4. And at that point, it's up to you whether you want to say how much of a down payment you want to save. If you need to save a larger one, or you want to save a larger one, like maybe you're in a high cost of living area and you need to save a buttload of dollars to put down so that your payment works with Ramsey's guidelines, then you may want to stop investing completely. Or you can do any percentage between how much you put to house down payment and investing. So that is up to the, one of the few times where it's up to the individual. That one, and the how many months you want to do your emergency fund for of expenses. Biscuit Blasphemy. I like the alliteration. Ellie, get on the pally, Daddy. Need opinions from Appointmentable. 910. Hello, my 19-year-old kid, just a baby, going into my second year of college. For the first year, I fortunately didn't have to take out any loans. Great. This seems like it's going to be a but right here. For my second year, to be comfortable, I should probably take out loans to cover my costs. I would be less comfortable taking out loans. I also owe about $9,000 for my car. Well, that's a loan, even though you didn't take out student loans. You did take out a loan for the car. You financed the car or leased the car. So the opinion is you're doing it wrong, not doing the Ramsey advice. Work a full-time job and go to school. About a full-time job, not committing to full-time. Should I try to tackle off paying my car, then my student loans? For students, the advice is to not have any debt, but also to cash flow school. So how about get some grants, scholarships up in there as well. Oh, I don't need these anymore. And I might stop yelling as well if I take those off. I only need those when I sing. And the reason is not so I can hear. As you know, I was a little pitchy dog there, but the reason is so you don't hear the song come through the microphone and the source itself at the same because one would be behind the other. Let's see. Yeah. So I mean, the idea is to not take on any more debt. So like if you go to school and you can cash flow the cost of school with just paying minimums on the debt, then do that. Or you can focus on the debt and take a year off of school maybe. So the debt is really putting you in a bind here as far as following the Ramsey advice, which would be his opinion. Mine as well. I agree with him, of course. So yeah, so get that 9K out of there. Maybe you can move down in car, maybe, but I mean probably just try to pay it off. Alrighty. Depending on the specifics of the car. Let's see, aid_noid. Parents are absolutely terribly financially. Mine were as well. What should I do to help them, or should I just ignore them? Oh, so you're good then, yes. Parents, mainly my father, are so stubborn and they refuse to listen to any financial advice that I try to give them. That's because people that have changed your diapers do not want to hear about you talking about money or sex to them, ever. And so that's a Ramsey thing. That's not mine. I just lifted that straight from him, as well as all of the advice. So let's see. I asked them to start a budget so they can. I mean, you can just you can talk to them about it, but mainly you just have to be a good example. They simply refuse and get angry with me. Eventually, you stop doing it. Stop doing it. If they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. They don't have to. They're adults. Because they know most likely because they know the hole they're in is only getting deeper and harder to get out of. Yep. They don't want to face it. Sure. Very common. Every single day, 1 to 3 packages are delivered to our house, and apparently they are all work related. Okay. Spends 1/3 of his earnings on Amazon instead of using them somewhere where it would be beneficial. You want him to pay off the debt with that instead. I get it. Probably don't need the rest of this. War and Peace. Wow. Edit. Forgot to mention, hashtag mention that they are always living on the edge. Define edge. I am talking less than $600 in their bank accounts combined. They just do not seem to be getting it even when they are so broke. There's a lot of people that are in bad shape and they have even less than 600 in their bank accounts at any one time. Like I've heard tell of somebody that after she pays a bill, she will have $4 in there until her next paycheck. This is from Jim. Yeah, I did that one already. Make sure I'm not needed. Oh, Ellie finally got around to me. I guess Biscuit Talk was over. Still in baby step 2. It did pay out for student loans. Excellent last month. We're slowing down for a bit. Boop, boop, boop. Husband has been working temp jobs because the defense contracts haven't happened this year. not getting defense contracts is going to negatively affect your financial situation, definitely. Cycling helmet for $2 is approved, Sid. So, I mean, if he's out until, when is he out till? So if he's going to be out, if that's like for the whole year, time to do something more than temp, maybe. I mean, unless it's decent money. Have a nice pension. Do I need to invest in a 401k? Yes. Generally, the pension will be, in Dave's world, it will be only about worth a half because it doesn't make as much as the market. So if you're putting 15% in your pension, that only counts for 7.5% of your gross income. So you need to put actually the other 7.5 into a 401k or a Roth IRA or something like that. Coming up on my retirement from the military. Oh, how soon? I'm going to receive a pension as well as disability for the rest of my life. Okay. Always known that was the plan, so I haven't saved in a Roth 401k. Do I really need it? Or can I focus more on my house? Ellie might know more about the government pension, how that military pensions, how well they do stacked up against the S&P 500, for example. Ellie, would you like to weigh in on that? Let's see. That's what Ellie was referring to in the chat earlier. Yep. Temporary Department of Energy. Oh, contract. Oh, okay. So a contract is just temporary, though. Pays less. Right? Okay. But is working also no taxes taken out. No benefits. So there is that. Right. All right. And hopefully when the next year rolls around, there will be another higher paying contract. Is that the plan? Coupons. Coupon code for $20 off. Excellent. That will help. But yeah, Ellie, pension, government pension. How well does that stack up against your average 10% from the S&P 500 index? The new way military retirement is managed, it is not as good as it was when he was active duty. Okay, so definitely invest in 401k. I mean, it depends on how long you have and like what your situation is, what your expenses are going to be when you would retire. I mean, because like if the pension itself could keep you going for a little while, so you have more time for something invested in a Roth IRA or the 401k. If you're coming up on retirement, I don't know that they're going to let you start a 401k through them. It would be a 457, wouldn't it? Isn't that the one that it is? But no, that's the pension, is that. So yeah, so he may just not know. I don't think the military offers a 401k. So probably it would be a Roth IRA unless you have some kind of business yourself or you were working elsewhere in addition to the military still. But yeah, it depends on how long. I mean, if your retirement is next month, then like I said, I mean, see what the pension payout's going to be. And see if that will cover your expenses, and then that would give you some time if you have like 10 years that you can invest some of that pension money or any other money you have laying around. Then that has time to grow a little bit at least. But otherwise, you may just want to just pile up the cash and just add it to the pension when you need to. Maybe a high yield savings account in that case. And then make sure you have a debit card or check writing privileges or both there. Let's see. They changed since so he has no idea how they do retirement now. When he got out, it was going from pension to 401k. Oh, okay. So if they're having an actual 401k, again, it depends on it. It's up to the business. In this case, the business is the government, and we do know they do take a bite, don't you? It just depends on what funds they have in there. If they're target date funds, that isn't going to help you as much as picking the good growth stocks, as Dave likes to say, in the 4 categories, and of course, or in the event of where you're retiring soon and you need to do fast investing, then maybe S&P 500 index fund to keep it simpler. All right, big moves equals big progress. But yeah, so I mean, it depends on what investments are in the 401k. It may not be any better than the stuff that's in the pension. Maybe the exact same stuff that's in the pension. Don't know. Big moves equals big progress. Okay, from Smash Edge Latin. We were in a car lease with DM Leasing, decided to get out of the lease, although I wasn't exactly sure how we were going to do that before the end of the term. Okay, leasing agent called at least twice a month for the last one. Kept insisting that we release the vehicle or upgrade with all the incentives. And we had really great equity in the car, of course. See, the leasing agent gets paid from you basically financing, leasing more money. That's how they get their money. This told me he might know something that I didn't, so started down the rabbit hole of research. He knows that he wants more money, is what he knows. I had an hour-long discussion with this guy, the leasing agent, about my plan for paying off debt. That's interesting that he would talk to you for an hour about that. Having no car payment, and it was exhausting. I guess he had an answer for everything, but obviously his position didn't change. He's a salesman, right? And this is why Dave doesn't have. A lot of people say Dave should have on debt leverage people to debate. It's not a debate. It's either you do debt leverage or you don't do debt leverage. So I decided to take the vehicle into CarMax and see if they would help me out of our lease. It turns out they were able to do all the legwork and deal with DM Leasing. All right. Probably could still get more for it. Private sale. Generally, you can get a better deal buying and selling from private sale rather than a dealer. The leasing agent called me while we're waiting for CarMax, wondering what in the world he could have done to change my mind, acting insulted. I didn't contact him first. So glad to be free from this hate. After payoff fees from DM Leasing, we still got $5,000 equity out of the vehicle. Great. Added $1,500 to that and bought ourselves a nice, well-kept used car, dropping our debt down by $33,000. Excellent. Feels great. I say all this to say that sometimes there are things that are difficult on the front end that make a huge difference on the back end. Big movie with big progress. Yes, and you always want to get at least one more opinion than the person that is going to make money by you doing something that you're paying them for. So, having just that, there's decent people in the world. There's also people that aren't scrupulous. That's an ad. Getting my wife on board. Let's see. Quick story I thought y'all would like. I recently came to my senses and decided that we need to get rid of our credit card debt and then create an emergency fund, and started a plan to aggressively do that. And I didn't say anything to my wife about it before I started. Maybe he did. My wife wasn't on board with this plan, and it came up in our couples counseling session that she was unhappy with the plan because she works too, TOO, and she deserves to spend more of her money than the budget, not then. I wonder if we know this person. I created aloud. We discussed further, and I found out it was her belief that God would, probably not, then, would provide for us, and the anxiety I felt for not being prepared was from the devil. I disagreed and said I think the anxiety was a gift from God and it's steering me in the right direction. Right, you have to put in the work still with this whole God will provide thing. He provides work for you to do, so you still got to put in the work. Therapy was on Saturday, and we went to church on Sunday. The sermon was about how we need to be battle ready to face situations, and just because we are Christians, no apostrophe. It doesn't mean apostrophe there, is correct. Mean we won't face hard times. That is true. On the ride home, said she was on board. Really? Really? That is amazing. She was on board with my plan to pay off debt and create emergency funding. We went home and looked at the budget together. That is wonderful. I want to add that when I came up with the plan and created budget, I continuously consulted my wife, who was uninterested. Right? I thought she just didn't care. I didn't know that she had an issue with it until our therapy session, which is why why not communicate? Communicate is the most important thing, and if you have a problem with the communication, then that's where you need therapy, counseling. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Chase on the base. Debt-free flair. Debt-free. So stoked right now, being a 2020 college grad with the interest payments resuming soon. Really helped push me over the edge to get this done. Truly a blessing in the skies, like some people say. Instead of disguise, they say the skies. Blessing in the skies. Now I have confidence to start seriously investing again. Only up from here. I truly feel free. On to baby step 3. Yep. Hopefully you do the baby step 3 before starting 4. That $50K in total, $26K student loans, $24K car note. Very normal. Good job being not normal. Condolences on your puppy, Ellie. K drums, 100. Baby step 2, not flare, but in the title. Car or student loan, what time is it? I go a little while longer. I have a 2020 Ford Fusion SE, that's special edition usually, coming to lease end in just over 2 weeks. The residual is $11,800, and it has 24,000 miles. Is residual what you owe on it to buy it? I also have 2 student loans totaling $9,200 with a 90-month payment and combined interest rate about I don't care. I managed to knock out 3 of them during the forbearance period. Excellent. So that's probably why the payment is as low as it is. Great. Have the residual amount plus a little extra saved up for taxes and whatnot. Oh, good. Assuming buying the car is the best approach. 2020, so it's 3, maybe 4 years old. If you like it, pay it off. And then work on getting those student loans done. So if you don't, or if you don't buy the car, then you got to get something else. But you could certainly get another used car. It might not be as new as that one, maybe. Depends on your area. Depends on what's out there. If you like that car and it hasn't given you any problems, then maybe it's worth it to stick with it. Wondering if I should pay off the loans to get that psychological win and be stuck with a car payment, or work on that, or buy out the car and then use what Was the car payment to tax student loan? I plan on driving the car until the wheels fall off. So you'll have payments either way. So I don't know. So the residual, do you just re-sign up for payments on that? And how much interest does that cost to like roll that into a new lease? Or are you talking about, would that be an actual loan instead of a lease for that? So all that depends. If they're both just like regular debts and it wasn't a lease coming to an end, you would do the lower amount first, but because it's a lease, and if you want to buy it since you want to drive it till the wheels fall off, then perhaps you should buy that and then knock out the student loan with the whatever the car payment is. Yeah, you don't act like you have any extra money at all. As a matter of fact, you try to find ways to get even more money to knock the student loan out. Share your success stories, seeking inspiration for Gazelle riders. 26K through 253K, non-mortgage debt. After finding decided to cash out our non-retirement investments. Approved. You don't cash out retirement though, too much in penalties and taxes. My model says we'll be out of non-mortgage debt before Thanksgiving. Excellent. Emergency fund ready, mid-Feb, contingent on stock market fluctuation due to partial compensation in equity form. Okay. Currently, we are struggling to envision how things will be better after we're done in a tangible sense. It feels like we will be just arriving at ground zero, even though we have equity in our home, 401ks and 529s before we committed to the baby steps. My partner is hesitant to plan for after the Gazelle can rest, but I'm dead set on getting some goals together that we can look forward to. Well, first, before you get out of Gazelle mode, is baby step 3, full emergency fund. Unless you, in doing it wrong, you still have a stack of cash still. Let's see if they hashtag mention it. Mortgage, 480K left. What goals have you planned, been able to achieve after completing the first few baby steps? Will you do the rest of them? What has it unlocked for you and your family? It unlocks the money that you were using to pay off debt. Now you can use it to pay yourself. All that goes to you now. Want to know people's why as well. But yeah, so that just you get a stay Gazelle through baby step 3 at least. Terrence says he had a Ford Fusion until the motor blew. Ellie has an 08 Ford Edge. Just rolled over to 70K. She babies it. Got it when it was 5 years old with under 20K miles on it. That was a great used buy. Probably, unless you paid too much for it. I always suggest to use old person's town car. Exactly. They're usually used with low mileage, right? They don't be driving a lot. She had no issues with it. You know his experience, how well maintained a vehicle is determines that, and not necessarily the make or model. That's a valid point. Fantastic _ jelly 4351. Family dinner is becoming a nuisance. Are they? Why are they debt people? Do you see debt people when you go to dinner? My wife's side of the family, like one of those type of dinner, is pretty big on going out. Oh, I see, going out to eat. They don't cook very much, so most of the time, no S there. they want to see my wife and I. It will be over dinner, lunch at a restaurant. Our whole family will join sometime. So it would be at least 8 people going out to eat. I feel like when it comes time to pay the bill, the light always shines on me to pay. No is a complete sentence. Her family also takes avoidance steps to not pay, like her dad, for instance, goes to the bathroom around check time. Excellent. Her brother also won't budge, so it's usually us paying for these meals. Dude, I mean, with that kind of behavior, I might go the next time, and then I might just leave after I'm done eating. Because it sounds like they owe you a bunch for previous meals. The bills are usually $100 to $200 plus a pop, sure. And although we can afford to pay, it really does sour my mood and gets me very annoyed that we have to front these tabs over and over. So you don't have to. So, it would make her really upset. If it's worth it to her to pay it off, you guys gotta compromise on that. How about communicate? And if communication is a problem, therapy session, counseling. Tired of paying $240 extra a month for these dinners? How would you guys handle this situation? If the money isn't a problem at all, maybe your wife is worth $200, $400 extra a month. Express concern and she'll agree, but we always have another occasion that we end up going out to eat again. For like most recently your mom's 60th birthday. Right, there's always going to be something. The post is me venting. I appreciate it. Yep. It is more of a marital problem for sure. Absolutely. Most financial problems are some type of, especially when there's 2 people involved, it is often a relationship problem behind the money problem. I've decided to not attend any future events unless they make clear who's paying beforehand. I don't mind paying 1 out of every 4 dinners, but I will no longer be paying for every single bill. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you can, I mean, she may not even want you to bring up making that plan to do that. So I don't know if you've already done that and they've agreed. If so, great. And so then you just pay for every 1 out of 4. And then, even before the bill comes, when you're done eating, you just say, okay, yeah, we got to go. Love you guys. See ya. And then you bounce and let them pay the bill. 156 comments. Nice. Lots of opinions on that one. A little Ramsey related humor. Skipping it. What time is it? Yeah, I'll do like an hour and a half, do like 20 more minutes. So using up the Reddit questions, so for Ramsey Coach this Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will get more Facebook group questions. The one that Ramsey Solution runs, which is the Ramsey Baby Steps Community is the name of that one. Baby Step 4, questions on investing. Alex says when she gets with extended family, she needs Tylenol. Yep. They should tell the server that they want the check split. Exactly. You can do that as well. $200 for dinner is crazy. It's great to pick up the check though. Like if that's like it's like a Christmas dinner out or something like that, and then you can just pick up the check. My in-laws used to pay, like every time they would pay for dinner, always. And so, once I got to baby step 4, I thought, this Christmas dinner, I'm going to pay for it. And so I paid for it. I think it was between 250 and 3. I think closer to 3. I think by the time tip, which I was also very generous on. Sammy's Key 12, 19, 15. Baby step 4, which is investing 15% of your gross household income into retirement. Husband and I sold our house and we're buying a bigger house for our expanding family. Expanding. If that means by 1 child, I don't think you need 3 more bedrooms. We are putting down a big down payment on the new mortgage, okay? But we'll also be getting a big fat check from selling a current home, right? That's how you're supposed to do it. Don't have 2 mortgages at a time. I'm excited to complete steps 1, 2, and 3 with said fat check, okay? We have never been to step 4 before and don't really know where to start. Investing has never been really a high priority for us, but we're always just living paycheck to paycheck and trying to avoid overdraft fees. In the past year, we have really stepped it up with saving dollars and paying down debt. I Googled investing and there are certificates of deposit, high yield savings bonds, IRAs. I don't know where to start as it's all very confusing and don't want to blow the opportunity. Well, it would be a retirement account, would be your tax advantaged and your best job because that goes with the stock market. And so if you don't know what you're doing, a lot of people take the, if you don't know anything what you're doing, just get a S&P 500 index fund. That is not what Dave recommends for investing. He recommends managed funds because 40% of those beat the index. But index is better than nothing. So you could at least do that. But generally, he would have you pay somebody that's going to teach you about it. Or you can also learn everything you need to know on the internet. Everything about every mutual fund is on the internet. And as far as things to look for, what to base it on, things like a 10-year track record, what else? And just basically, it doesn't fluctuate up and down so much, like even more so than the market does in general. And you can check out, you can learn how to do all that stuff by yourself. You can YouTube search Dave Ramsey Investing and listen to all his general advice for it, and then use that to learn how to pick actual managed funds. But your CDs, your high yield savings is not going to be as much as the 10% that the S&P 500 makes on average every single year. Adventurous Kiwi, 9,200. He says maybe the wife of the person that didn't want to pay the restaurant bill do potlucks at their house instead of out at a pricey restaurant. They may be people that don't want to cook. You do get those people as well. Dinner for 2 being 200. Yeah, that's above my. I would have to be dinner for $100 a piece. Yeah, I don't think I would spend that. $100 for one person. I don't think I would spend that. I would have to be $1 million net worth to do that. Hi, y'all. That's H-I. Hi, with a G-H on it is a different word. That means way up here. Looking for advice from other people on the same journey. Doctoral student, full-time prep school teacher. Baby step 2, but putting off gazelle intensity. What? Until my dissertation, is done, I can focus 100% on getting out of debt. How long are we talking? In the meantime, though, my situation is not that enviable. Income 73 almost. Total debt is about 132K. 3,500 car loan to your parents. Pay that today. If you have any more than $1,000 sitting around, and about 126 in student debt. Yep, I know I did this to yourself. You absolutely did. 72, 126. I mean, that's not crazy as far as student loans go. Obviously, you shouldn't use student loans, but as far as like trading that debt for the 72 income, most of that is refied private, okay, which I got down to a rate of 2.65%. Doesn't matter, but I maintain just above about 10K of that in federal debt, hoping Biden would forgive it. Of course, you got time to scheme and scam while you're doing your dissertation, but you don't have time to be gazelle on the debt. I will personally never forgive the Supreme Court, by the way. Who cares? Who cares? I think, what is it, like 17% of Americans had student loans? So the other 83% of us, have to kick in for it? No, thank you. That does not seem like that's fair at all, sir. My minimum payment on that is $1,400 a month. I don't really have savings beyond $1,000. Good, because you shouldn't. Oh, War and Peace again. Oh, the money to print. Okay, over-explaining. We understand you, uninsured driver hit you. Okay, well, that's a different thing if you have any medical bills. Does it say? No, just problems with the car. Okay, you owe the money, whether the car works still or not. Okay, a cam phaser. Okay, is that from Star Trek? I don't know what that is. I don't know about cars. Parts of 400 total, based on what I look up online. But they're estimating 30 hours of labor. Beep, beep, boo, doo. Time to get another car, my friend. A more reasonable price would be about 2.5K, which still sucks, but which I would probably do. So losing the 500 hurts. None of that matters what you would do in certain situations that don't exist. I'm pretty sure it was a bought it, just thought it was a pain in the ass repair and gave me a super high estimate to avoid dealing with it and give me to leave. Never know, never know. Whatever happens, this is going to seriously set me back. You're already set back by the loans, paying off debt quickly. You said you were not being gazelle, but so you could do your dissertation, and haven't even gone the gazelle intensity yet. But this really sucks. Sure. Probably have to put any repair on a credit card. You don't have to do that at all. Or finance a replacement car. You don't have to do that at all. All these are choices. Well, I still owe parents $3,500 for the last one. Well, if you're paying off debts, that would be the first one. That is the smallest amount, probably. And so pay them off first. But take some of that 72. Look at what else you're spending money on. And it maybe it's time to go gazelle, whether you're done with this dissertation or not. You're young, you can sleep later when you're old like me. Kooky Turnip 1715, the housing market is insane. How does a young Gen Zer realistically afford a mortgage in this day and age? Props to you for not doing this day in age, which people think it is. This is what it is. Yeah, so if the housing market is too much where you live for the income you make there, then you have two choices. You can do whatever you need to do to make higher income, or you can move away from there. If you can't realistically afford a mortgage, you can realistically move away from there. Or, you know, if you have family there, I get it, then maybe you just move 30 minutes, 45 minutes out of the big city and into the sticks. If you're on the coast, maybe you move a little bit inland, move to America from the coast. and see how we do things in the Southeast and Midwest and such. And so what you do is you save an unbelievably high down payment as well if you want to stay there in that high cost of living place without a high cost of living income. Did they do FILP? Didn't see FILP. Let's see. Bow, 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 bow. Ellie worries about when loans are due again. The loans I paid on the entire time, APR went from about 2% to almost 8%. And the APR set by Congress. Yeah. Well, so probably payments going to go up as well. Oh, I see. Oh, FFLP, gotcha, loans. I think that's the, I got you through Navient. Gotcha. Yeah. Terrence thinks his sister has hers through them as well. I believe our pal Matty Baggs had his through Navient as well. Navient, I think the government took over all those because Navient was bad or something like that. Living in the city is no joke, money-wise. It depends on what city. Smash Gelatin says determine bank account buffer cushion. You need to have enough to at least get you through to the next paycheck. So the naming every dollar as intention doesn't mean that after you get a check you save enough for your expenses that you have right now, and then you put everything else from your account onto debt. That's not what that means. You have to save enough to get you to the next check as far as any expenses you have before you would send it to debt. So like your debt payments can be, if you need to make them 2 weeks later than like the month or something like that, or even a month behind, whatever you need to do to make sure that you don't send too much to debt that you need to pay your utilities, for example, any expenses that you might have. So yeah, some people have thought that before, whereas you have the zero-based budget, and that means when you get done with the paycheck that there's zero left in the bank account. Yeah, not a good idea. Generally, you would have to have enough to pay upcoming bills before you get your next check, and then that check should do the bills after that. Chrysalis _7. Switch from paying crew on bills. What's the best way to make the switch from paying on a points card to debit? Had everything on auto pay, and now I'm paying interest. Beep 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 doo. You didn't think that they were going to let you do that for free, did you? Trying to think how I can smoothly move to debit. Should I just pay the minimum for a month or two? Or how will it work so I don't overdrive my account? Be kind of please and needed it. I don't know either. Make the switch from paying on a points card to debit. Everything on auto pay, now I'm paying. You mean just you have a points credit card and you're paying crew on bills? So I don't understand. Let's see if I'm paying for everything on my card, then attempting to pay it all off, which we were doing, yeah, until we overspent. Really? Really? So you got a card to beat the system, and then you spent more money. Beep, 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 beep. So I realized the points aren't worth it. Excellent. So I guess I need to pay minimum on the card to allow paycheck to create a cushion, so I can pay for my debit card after this, and the rest I can just pay as much as I can on the card along with selling and working more? Yes. You gotta be able to pay the card off as soon as possible. So you use cash, which would be from your debit card. You use cash as much as you can as soon as possible. Oh, wait a minute. I want to see the other person's. Let's see. Did the same thing with credit card. Stop using it and you will notice how much more intentionally you are with spending. Yeah, indeed. Indeedy. Sometimes Dave is right about stuff. Sometimes. Chin Andalusia 8. Seen that name before. Not everyone can just move back in with parents. True, and Dave doesn't really like that either. You know, people make that decision and that can save you a lot of money. But Dave thinks adults should live on their own. A lot of people will throw in, why don't you just move back in with your parents? When proposing advice for, not advise is a different word. Advise is the verb, like right now what I'm doing is advising you, the listener. Advice is the noun when proposing advice for baby step 2. Also shout out to people whose parents have passed and still have to experience this suggestion, okay? Fair enough. Understand if you don't have that as an ability, but you can just say, I don't have that ability to do that and not take it personally. Could do that. Is selling your car always the best option? Not necessarily always, but a lot. 100-ish K in debt, probably in your case, just based on that, but we'll see. 18 in a car loan, 18. So you don't need a car worth $18,000. You could move down in car. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, you could move down in car. I feel like my first real debt to get rid of would be my car. Yes, and that would be by selling it. Yes. Everyone I talk to says I'm dubbed for wanting to, but also not talking to people who think of debt the way this community tends to. Right, of course they're going to tell you not to. Oh, you have 10K of equity in that car. Probably not. See what it's worth. Is it only worth 10 but you owe 18? So owing 18, if you can only sell it for 10, then you would trade in that 18 loan for a 10 loan then. I mean an 8 loan. Oh, and I guess we'll call it quits because it is at the hour and a half mark and we've reached the previously clicked on the Ramsey show, Ramsey Coach with Coach Steve Money. That's the one I do Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I apologize. So back to the... There we go. So once again, Coach Steve Money, I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. That is an online video conferencing appointment, so you can do that from anywhere. calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. That link is also in the description. Used to be on my banner, but I think YouTube changed that. It's now. It is now right here, and 2 more links as well. Probably the one for the gram and maybe my email. Something else I had on there. Oh, let's see what it does. There we go. Where are the links? There they are. Instagram and the donation link, of course. Of course. What do we want? Streamlabs OBS, bring back that. Okay, so we did the appointments. You can email me about coaching or anything else on my YouTube channel, Coach Steve Money at Gmail. paypal.com. Channel donations can go to paypal.me. So it's Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the gram at Coach Steve Money. Of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for showing up and chatting, guys. Appreciate it muchly. Again, the next one will be on Wednesday, the 23rd of August. And I'm also doing one on the 31st, an after show, both those days. I'll try to have some more. I'll try to find some more interesting articles and such. Sid will send me a lot, I'm sure. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so the other loans will probably go up too, betting on it. Yeah, I mean, they keep raising. If they're not a fixed rate loan, then Fed keeps raising that interest rate, so probably so. Alrighty. Oh, I don't think I've told anybody yet in the online /Ramsey community. I guess I can break the news on the after show here. In addition to turning double nickel yesterday, what was it, 2.5 weeks ago, something like that, I became a grandpa. Bella, who you can see playing video games with me in the father-daughter video gaming playlist. We play, what did we play besides? We played It Takes Two, which was Game of the Year 2 years ago. I think we played some Trine, and I think we played one other game. Anyway, so she had a baby boy. His name is Bronx. That's so very cool. Again, I tried, just like I did with my son Max, I tried Anakin, but his mom wasn't playing with it. His mom was not dealing with it. I suggested that this time to Bella, and she texted back, "Oh yeah, we'll do that, LOL." So I think she wasn't serious about it. So I think it's probably going to stay Bronx. All right, thank you, Terrence. Appreciate it. I'll just stay here staring into the camera. And if I look different through water, can't really see me because of the glare. I don't like to talk about my glare. That's from, what's that from? Office Space. Jennifer Aniston. I don't like to talk about my flare. She worked at TGI Fridays. Thank you, Ellie. Grandpa, Papa, Papa. I have no idea. I have no idea. I unfortunately am in Arkansas, and my son is in OH, and my daughter and grandson are in the state up north, and so plans are to get back there, but I cannot do that right away, so that is in the plans though. I think that might have to do with what he did during Order 66. Maybe Terrence. Could be. That's a good point, actually. But yeah, so yeah. No one named Anakin related to me. Yes, Ellie, I did, and it was not a smart idea. I moved here to be with my girlfriend, and that did not work out. That was probably the biggest mistake I've ever made. But, you know, you don't know this stuff. Everything seemed like it would be fine. But, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, but I will be going back there. Because no reason to stay here. So we'll be going back there soon. Bonus after show. Personal stuff about Coach D Money. That's just the way it is. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Some things will never change. That's right, Terrence. That's, yeah, I mean, you can second guess yourself, and you can get down on yourself about making mistakes like that. But you just, I mean, it's the same thing like with the baby steps, with the paying off debt stuff. You did it. And so it's there, and so you have to start with where you are today. You can't go back and change anything, so you have to start with where you are today and then do what you can to make it better. Mistakes to teach you things, yeah, definite big lesson there, and they are worth experiencing, because without taking chances, you aren't truly living. I'll go along with that, yeah. I mean, and it's interesting to have experience a different place. I've lived in a little town called Suffolk, Virginia, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Blue Springs, Missouri, that's near Kansas City, Columbus, Ohio, and here in Cabot, Arkansas. It's near Little Rock. Again, this is all just bonus portion of the after show. I don't have anything better to do than just sit here and talk. If people are going to stay chatting in the chat. What do I have to do? It's 6:30 my time. I own it. So I do finally get the, because I had previously, let's see, was Missouri in Eastern time, or did I have to go Central too, there too? Yeah, Missouri's right above Arkansas, isn't it? I don't know. Alex says it's okay to have a bonus portion. Of course it is. Bonuses are bonus. Did you get monetized, enough subs and watch hours? That would be a negative good buddy. 635 subscribers. They have lowered the amount where you can start to receive, like where the people send you money. I can't remember what those are called. Where the people in the chat send you money, like little shout out things where they can attach a dollar amount to it. I can't remember what those are, but those and like some other ad revenue, but it's not like the full thing. They lowered that to 500, and I have 635 subscribers now. And of course 988 videos, but the problem is the watch time. I have the biggest problem is that I took a long time off when I fractured my humerus. Took a long time off because I couldn't, it hurt to type. It was hard to type. And so I didn't do videos either for a long time. And so now I am down, and it counts the number of hours watched in the last 365 days. And so That keeps going down little by little now. It was up to, I think, close to 3,000. You have to get 4,000. And I think that's still the same on that. I don't know. Let's check out my stuff. I don't think I'll cut this out if it gives personal information. I don't think it does. So we have let's check, see if there's any new comments to look. No sir, he's not a returner, but nice one. Oh, okay. That's I did the first round draft pick of the Commanders in Madden today. I was able to return kickoff using him. But yeah, he's not a kickoff returner. I just thought it was fun. I wasn't serious suggesting that because you don't want a cornerback to get hurt doing that. And let's see the earn portion. 1805 public watch hour. Oh, it has to be 3,000 instead of 4,000. So it still needs to be a lot. It was, I want to say, like when I stopped, I think it was like 2,700. I was right there, and if I had known that I'd be able to qualify for this, and then shorts views, I got 5K, and you need 3 million. That's a little short. So anyway, so that's the dealio on that. So yeah, not monetized yet. But then that also doesn't affect me for copyright. It doesn't affect if you're not monetized. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. Yeah, you have to get the 3,000 watch hours in the last year though. So yeah, otherwise I'd be all over it. Of course, as soon as I found out about it. Shorts could be quick snippets on baby steps. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have done some of the stuff that I just did on the Reddit that I do on the Ramsey Coach Show. I have done that. I've done some shorts of well, I'll show you. Let's see. It's like You Want to Be Weird is one of them. It's just like clips basically. And Curse of Oak Island. Thing from that as well. Can I play that? There it is. Oh, I can't hear it because of. Well, oh, because it's. You're paying off debt. If they're looking at you weird, then you're doing it correctly. Yeah. Has this happened? So it was just. But yeah, and it's weird. I don't know if it's because it's like from the same game, but as you can see, and this happened like within 24 hours of this one being uploaded. This is part 1 of the same highlight from, look, it's Ellie. Have you ever seen Ellie? You don't see her face there. You will in the next one. So in this one, I got, yeah, I was trying to reload. Bad. This one, let's see. Oh, you might not be able to. It might be too dark to see. How about that? No, it's a little bit lighter on the screen there. Is she gonna turn around? No, she doesn't turn around. Okay. Anyway, but that's the Ellie that has to get on the pallet. What else did I put on there? Yeah, so you can see the stuff from the Reddits. Another one from the Curse of Oak Island. Bum, bum, bum. So it looks like I have to save a high down payment. And I said, yep. Basically, was that. So, but that's the kind of shorts that I've done. Oh, and this one, I uploaded this one today. I didn't make it a vertical short yet, but I'm going to. So this was just me. The brand new Madden 24 just got released last night for early access. And so you can see, just to look at the blocking, this guy's not a returner, but he's kind of fast. So he was able to take that one to the house, as they say in Canadian football. Hit the thumbs, y'all. Helps the YouTube. It does help the algorithm. Also commenting helps as well. What else? Yeah, as far as getting monetized, so that's all it is. And so I would imagine I'll get back up there again, but it is probably gonna take Curse of Oak Island coming back. I started recapping those in season 9, and I did season 9 and 10 as they came out, but now I'm going back and doing the all the previous episodes. Started with season 1, and so over time that might build just because the number of different recaps that it is that people that are interested in it might watch. But let's see, when is. So that's the finale of the 10th season from 2 months ago, and that was 1,000 views. Yeah, probably most people don't watch the whole thing. Most people probably just watch a couple seconds and then they're like, "Oh, I'm bored. I thought this was the whole video," which you can't do, but you can take stills of the important stuff, and that's what I do. And I also put no cap recap in big letters there. You can see capital letters there, so that people, I might give people a clue, but some people still get mad about that. I do get, "Where's the video?" commented every time. Yeah, oh, Ellie's leaving, finally going. Speaking of football, what's the best first pick for fantasy football? Mahomes, maybe? I don't know. Let's see what Google thinks. Best first pick for fantasy football. Number 1 pick is the best draft position of. Who should I pick? 2023. Chase, a phenomenal. Oh, that's a wide receiver. That's not Chase Young from the Ohio State University. Jefferson, yeah, wide receivers. That's just somebody that gets a lot of touches, scores a lot of touchdowns is who you would want there. 2023, top 150, Christian McCaffrey. Of course, they do have to stay healthy. So, yeah. A rookie making the top 5. Assuming this is at the top of the list? Oh, Jefferson, there we go, Jefferson. Yeah, Jamar Chase is his name. He's in the Bengals. Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, Austin Eckler, 2 LA guys, Los Angeles Rams, and Los Angeles Chargers. Raiders aren't there anymore. They're in Oakland. Tyreek Hill, Miami. Bijan, is that how it's pronounced? Robinson from Hot Atlanta. Stephon Diggs, Buffalo. Travis Kelce, Kansas City. and Nick Chubb from Cleveland, which is in Ohio. But yeah, so I would assume that this would be correct. It used to be you would pick a running back all the time because like they get the ball on the goal line, but as many yards as the top receivers can pick up, then they are probably the ones now. Yep. Ellie's out. So we got 4 people watching somehow. Not many people. Super chats is exactly it, Terrence. He said that up ahead. So, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So, yeah, it is 500 subs, but you do have to have the 3,000 watch hours. If you didn't, I'd be all over it, obviously. So it's not going to make me rich, but I mean, it's something that, like, if it stays up there forever, you know, maybe my kids will get a $10 check every month, that kind of thing. Who knows? Probably not a check, probably digital transfer of money. So I think, even though it says 4 are watching, nobody else is chatting. So I do appreciate it, as it's been almost half an hour of bonus. So I warned you when I started that it was bonus. So if you're still watching at this point, then that's on you. What else is going on? Am I doing anything else other than I might play some Madden tonight? I did some last night. Might play some Madden 24. It's a bunch different. Washington Commanders have all different plays this year, which does make sense if they brought over some Chiefs plays with Eric sleeping with the enemy, his offensive coordinator, assistant head coach. And so that makes sense that they would bring some Chiefs plays over, change playbook somewhat. So yeah, I may stream some of that tonight. But other than that, Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Ramsey Coach with Coach Steve Money. And we'll be doing more Reddit questions, and probably, since I used up Reddit questions today, probably I'll get some Facebook group questions as well, just to fill out the hour. I do at least an hour, generally an hour and a half or so forth. All right, somebody dropped off, so it's just 3 watching now. So, but nobody's typing, so I guess I will call it a night. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate it muchly. Tell your friends about it. Tell any Ramsey people you know about it. Oh, all of the song. That's what I got to do tonight. Come on. Where is it? There we go. The song is in my playlist. You just go to my youtube.com/Coach Steve Money and scroll down. Was it 5 down? Videos, Oak Island, past live streams, Ramsey Coach, and music. And so that will be right here. We also have the Jade Warshaw song. Dead fought Warshaw and Warshaw won. Dead fought Warshaw and Warshaw won. The Rachel Cruz song I did in this after show because she hosted today. John Deloney's song, and be reacting to John Deloney's reaction to the John Deloney song. And of course the original Baby Step song and the new one to Levitate. I'm Levitating by Dua Lipa. Which I thought was like 6 months old tops, but it's 2 years old. That will be in this spot right here because I will be uploading it. little bit later this evening. So yep, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everybody. All right, Terrence, you have a good evening too, sir. Thank you again for checking this thing out. The other people that chatted have long been with me in the Ramsey Show chat, and so I do appreciate you joining them and me and us here. Appreciate it muchly. Alrighty, and of course we sign out by saying, make smart financial decisions every day.